Welcome back, y'all. Today we're going to be showing you how to take GPTs like this and put them into your website. And here is two amazing things about what I'm about to show you. One, it's completely free, and two, it requires no coding. Yes, this is not clickbait. You're going to learn the entire process here. This is probably going to be a pretty long video here. I'm going to show you how to upload data files that's going to be trained for the chatbot. We're going to show you how to embed it on your website. We're going to be able to do custom branding on this stuff. This is really, really cool stuff here. It requires only one software to understand. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. And just so you can get a feel of what it's going to be like here, I went ahead and uploaded a chatbot on our WebCafe AI website here. We sell pre-built automation solutions. So let's say I want to come over to this chatbot right here. I see it's a pop-up, and I want to say, what software are you looking for? We're going to be able to change that. But I want to say, I am looking for a automation to help me with my emails. So this isn't voice flow. You're not gonna have to do an extra payment on your underlying bottom line. This is actually free. This whole process I'm about to show you is free, and it uses GPT as its backend. And as you see here, based off the data we loaded on it, it knows about our AI email responder that is found within our store, and it knows all the relevant information about it. So let's go ahead and learn how we do this today. This is gonna be a very, very powerful tutorial here. Last thing I want to point out before we jump into this video, because I'm getting a lot of new viewers here. My name is Corbin. I'm a full stack AI engineer, and on this channel, I give pragmatic, actual ways to use AI in really in-depth tutorials. So if you want to start leveraging artificial intelligence in these coming years, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as I'm getting daily content of showing you how to leverage this new industry that is emerging. And also a side note here, I know Assistant API, we'll get to that, don't worry. This is a little bit more code heavy, so I wanted to make this video first for a lot of people that don't want to deal with anything to do with code, but still want to have the intuitiveness of a chatbot. Therefore, this is what we're going to use today. So we're going to use Zapier. Zapier has a really cool feature called interfaces. And in interfaces, we're going to be able to build out a custom chatbot here, trained on our data, and then I'm going to show you how to embed it on your websites, and basically any type of website you'll be able to learn how to embed it. But this is going to be super powerful here. It's going to require no code. It's going to be super cool. So let's just start off by simply clicking interfaces. I can't show that because we have some sensitive information there, but you're going to click interfaces and then create your interface. So once you come to the interfaces page here, I'm going to go ahead and just say start from scratch. Also, by the way, I'm not sponsored by Zapier at all. I just really love their platform. But if someone from Zapier is watching, you could, throw me a bone, maybe put some promotional material in future videos. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and choose the function of a chatbot. So there is multiple ways we can approach this. In the future, I can make a landing page that has a chatbot and also some type of lead form where it provides an email. So we can do a whole video on that if you're looking forward to that. So let me know in the comments. But in this video, it is highly requested that I made a video on how to do this in the context of GPT. Now, a lot of you might be saying right off the bat, well, this is an assistance API, but think of it this way. What we're going to be using as our backend for this is going to be GPT-4, which is a very comprehensive model here. As you see, we got OpenAI authentication. And just to take a step back real quick, if you're not familiar with Zapier, if you're not familiar with connecting OpenAI and API and just basically how does AI even interact with Zapier, go ahead and check out that video there. It's a 40-minute long video. It shows you how to integrate OpenAI with Zapier, which is going to allow us to make this chatbot, and you can kind of understand that from here. But welcome back if you just came back from that video. But from here, though, let's go ahead and continue. So basically, we're going to be using authentication is going to be GPT-4, and it's going to be your OpenAI account. Knowing this, we can go ahead and basically train our chatbot like we would with Assistance API. All Assistance API is it's built on top of GPT-4, but is more fine-tuned for the context of handling conversations for businesses. But here is the caveat. In theory, we could still use that GPT-4 model that's more broad, but then fine-tune it for our specific use case here, which is going to be for our business. So my specific use case is going to be for our automation marketplace. Your specific use case might be for, a real estate company, a construction company, a flower shop, whatever it may be, you're going to learn how to do that. So let's go and jump in here. And as I said before, it is free with the caveat, of course, that there's going to be a little bit of branding here. So before we even continue with the chatbot, and how we're going to build this out, let's go ahead and just go to overarching settings, and so you can kind of understand interfaces a little bit more. So coming over here, I'm going to go ahead and rename my interfaces here. This is going to be in the back end, so front facing, a user won't be able to see this, but from my understanding, I'm just going to put, software or marketplace chatbot, and then subdomain doesn't matter. Marketplace chatbot. Subdomain will matter more in the context that we build out a landing page. So let me know if you want to see that. But we're going to go ahead and just save this change here so we just know basically what it is here. And then access users, anyone with the link, that's fine. Theme, this is where we're going to customize what the chatbot looks like. So knowing this, what's super cool about Zapier, and I can kind of maybe move myself over here so we can get a better view here. What's super cool about Zapier is they allow you to kind of proctor with AI instead of me going to every single one of these. So let's just say I want to go with, hey, I want to have it look like the YouTube dark theme. I'm gonna go ahead and move this in a little bit so y'all can see it better. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna hit generate theme here. So basically, maybe your theme is a lot different. Maybe you have like a Coca-Cola like theme, whatever it may be, you kind of put in there. And this just kind of helps us out because it's going to generate a bunch of different themes that we can start using. But more importantly, this is going to be how our chatbot looks on the front end. Therefore, whatever, that does not look good. Let me actually try something else here. Can we actually try the light theme for YouTube? Let's try this instead of that because I didn't like that. But basically, you would basically proctor this until you find something you like. You know what? We'll be sufficient here. We're going to say apply theme. First step here, now our chatbot looks like our website. Amazing. Next thing we need to understand here is navigation, not important for us. Custom domain, not important for us. Branding. So this right here is if you have a plan, you would be able to select this off. So for my use case, I can go ahead and select this off. If you don't have a plan and you're doing it for free, it's going to display this label. So honestly, I'm going to keep it on so you can kind of see what it looks like in the front end once we finish this tutorial together. Tracking, not too important, and plan and billing, not too important for our use case today. So I'm going to go back over to overview. This is going to give you a bunch of different pages here. Interface is a very complex platform. We do a bunch of tutorials on this as well. There's a bunch of different use cases. But today's video, we're just kind of doing it like, can we do a chatbot? And that does not look good here. So let me go ahead and actually just go back and find a better theme that I like. Okay, so for my sake, I just went back to the default because aesthetically, it's not too important what it looks like right now. But here we go. So there's a lot we can do here. All you're going to care about is this over here to the right. So I will go ahead and move myself right back over here. We're going to be able to do a lot of stuff here. So right off the bat, you're probably really excited because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't see a bunch of code. Yes, there is no code. Don't worry. I'm not going to scare. Okay, I might scare you a little bit at the end here, but we're going to go through it together. So don't worry about that. But we can do everything with no code. It's just simple UI. Love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and change our chatbot name. So whatever your company would be. So for us, we're going to just say cafe helper, web cafe. And then the prompt placeholder is going to be what we put right here. So whatever context your business is, you would put something that is maybe inclined for what someone would typically see when they ask a question. For us, we're going to say, what automations can help me, and then do ... Okay. Then we can start with either a generated greeting or a static greeting. It's probably best to use a static greeting as it's more fixed and more predictable on what the input that's coming in. So for this static greeting, we can say, how can I help you? That's fine. And then from here, we can also add a disclosure message. So if you don't want to feel like the user is like, if you kind of want to give a heads up to the user, like, by the way, this is not actually a real person, you can add this as well. So as you see here, we can do, this is an automated chatbot response, learn more, and then gives a link here. But here's what's cool here. In theory, we can play around with this a little bit. So let's just say, wanna talk to us, question mark here. And we're gonna say, maybe the button just says contact us. And then let's go ahead and put in a link here. So my link's just gonna be the contact page. Perfect. Then we're gonna go ahead and put that right here. And there we go. So right off the bat, that's super cool, right? So a user can continually conversate with this chatbot, and at any point they could click that link and then directly go to our contact page and proceed from there. Good start. Okay, so now we can keep coming down here, and we have a couple more options here. So appearance is not too important. This is more in the context that we're landing on the page, but as you see here, we're going to use a pop-up version. Although this is important if you embed it as like, it's kind of like an element within your website. But I think for most websites, we just care about it being a little chatbot bubble that we can click, right? So from here, we're going to go ahead and just leave that as normal. We're going to go ahead and authenticate. So check out that video if you don't know how to do that. So you're going to authenticate for your account. We're going to choose GPT-4, and the response length, not too important. We're going to leave it as default. So knowing all of this, we're going to go ahead and begin the process of our directions. But before we begin the process of our directions here, we're going to load some data here. So here we go to the data page here, or the data tab. The data tab is going to allow us to upload relevant information about our business that we care about. That being said, currently we only have the ability to upload one document. I think, let me see, current. Yeah, okay, so one. But here's the thing. That's plenty of enough. You can basically front load the document of all information about your business that you care about. One other thing I want to point out here. Notice how it says 1 MB of static text file. From a front-facing value, that might be like, holy smokes, that is not enough. That is not enough data. How can I possibly get everything about my business in one file? Think of it this way: ChatGPT or AI in general, they don't care if that file looks amazing or that file is just straight blocks of text. What I mean by that is, like, you give me a PDF that's like, it has a perfect, like, let's say I'm a bakery and it has like all the little cupcakes, cakes, everything on there, and it looks amazing. AI doesn't care about that. In that context, what you would do is just give the fundamental text. What are the cakes? What are the pricings? What are the times? What are the services? Whatever it may be. In this context, I'm going to be uploading our product catalog found on Shopify through a CSV, a plain text CSV. And plain text CSV is very important here. And just for context, I think we have over 20 or 25 products, and the entire CSV is only 44 kilobytes, which is an entire megabyte is 1,000 kilobytes. So that gives perspective on the sizing. That all being said here, your name of the game is this. Whatever is fundamental about your business that you want to train the chatbot with, you're going to put into that 1 MB file here. You're just going to make sure it's over 1 MB. That being said, let me just show you the example we're uploading. All right, so as you see here, to the naked eye, this does not look good at all. Look at all this HTML, whatever. But to the chatbot, they don't care. They just see a bunch of data, and they'll be able to interpret all this. So it doesn't have to look pretty. Don't worry about it having to look pretty. End of the day, just front load it with the most amount of text as possible on the underlying business goals that you have, and all of this only equates to only 44 kilobytes for me. So I'm gonna begin here. Let's go ahead and upload this data file. So I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna hit Add Sources. We're going to go ahead and choose file for now. As you'll notice, there is going to be tables and web pages coming soon. So in future, you could in theory train this on your website. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and hit file. And something did not go wrong. Go away, Zapier. We're going to hit browse files. We're going to go ahead and drag it in here. So I went ahead and dragged it in here. Give it a relevant name here. So for me, it's Web Cafe Software Catalog. I'm going to hit add source here. And we have completed basically phase 1 here. We have a chatbot that now has data in the back end. And guess what? We don't have to worry about that. I think it's just because there's a lot of usage in OpenAI. But guess what? We haven't even touched code yet. So make sure to leave a like if you felt like you learned that value so far. From here, though, what you'll notice is we have 2 other options found in this chatbot. So we have actions and we have embed. For reference, I can probably make more complex tutorials on this part. What this allows us to do is this allows us to interact with the chat and actually do automations outside of the chat based on the chat information. Really, really cool stuff. Today's video, we're not going to jump into that, but know that we can basically do really complex, cool stuff with this chatbot that requires no coding. Really cool. And finally, this is going to be a really nice little tab here for us. We're going to go ahead and do the pop-up on this, but we're going to get to that. Let's go ahead and get to prompting here. So coming over here, we're going to go to directions. So this is going to be the most important thing to do here, and I may even leave my directions in the chat so you can have a direction of how to proceed with this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say context. You are a helper. You are a AI chatbot for the company Web Cafe Software. We sell pre-built. So you want to give basically all the context. If you're familiar with this channel, then you know exactly what we're doing here. We do a ton of prompting, but we sell pre-built automations to help businesses. All right. And then here's what we're going to do next here. We're going to go ahead and say, here is our catalog of software. And one thing I want to point out here is that I'm going to go ahead and go back here and copy the name of it. But always make sure you hit save here. You don't want to prompt a bunch and then click somewhere else and then it just loses all of it, right? So, and as you see here, that's why you got to hit save, because I didn't hit save here. So let me go ahead and add this source again. All right, so we're creating the data source here. There we go. So we have the data source here. As you see, we have an option here, post uploading the data source here, which is if it can't find data within the data source, so my Web Cafe software catalog, how should it respond? So either we have 2 options here: generate an AI response without data sources or show custom message. up to you, up to your preference. I would say play around with it, see which one you like better. For now, I'm just going to let generate an AI response without the data. But in theory, in some use cases, you may want to do the show custom message so we don't throw out something that maybe it's a little too random for the parameters of the purpose of your chatbot. From here, though, we're going to go ahead and copy this entire file name here. I'm going to go back to content. We're going to go to say, come down to directions. And we're going to say, here is our software catalog. I'm going to use semicolon here, and I'm going to paste the name of the CSV. So now it knows to reference the data source that we just uploaded. Now I'm going to do this real quick. Please don't mention this data source by name in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up a little bit more for me. So I'm going to go like this. There we go. And can I go like this? No, I can't go like this. Okay. So don't get too worried about prompting here, or quote unquote directive here, as this can handle a good amount of data. Now, that being said, I don't want you to write a 5-page essay MLA format with 10-cited sources. But what I would say is give it enough context so you feel like you're comfortable. That being said, there's going to be a lot of trial error in here. So this is going to be a one and done, but this should be very, very close to being a one and done very fast. We're going to say, please don't mention today's source by name. Okay. We're going to say, I'm going to add this at the very bottom. We're going to say, if the user requests support or needs help, provide this link and email. Semicolon. Let's go ahead and provide that link real quick. So we're going to do the contact page again. And then on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and provide our corporate account. All right, so I got my corporate account here. All right, so we got context. You are a AI chatbot for the company of Web Cafe Software. We sell pre-built automations to help businesses. Here is our catalog of Here is our software catalog. Here is our software catalog. And Web Cafe Software catalog.csv. Please don't mention the data source by name in chat. If the user requests support or needs help, provide the link and email here. So then, proceeding from here, we're just going to say, I'm just going to put this as a. We'll leave that here. We're just going to say this. Help the user in their journey to finding the best automation for their business, exclamation mark. Okay, perfect. This should be sufficient for what I want to do here. What's amazing is because of the fact that we loaded, I'm going to make sure I say this. I do not want to lose this. Because we loaded that data source here, I don't have to just copy and paste that 44 kilobytes and put it in here. That'd be a lot, right? And it would kind of get a little, this doesn't look good, right? But because we have most of the trained data that we want as a data source here, we don't have to prompt too much. That being said, do a lot of trial and error, make sure it looks good. But for now, this should be sufficient. So when you are in, last thing, lower this down to 0.4, do sub 0.5. What is occurring here is the creativity level found in OpenAI, or the way the chatbot responds. The higher it is, as you see here, the more random it is, and the lower it is, the more predictable. But you want to be somewhere in the middle. If you find yourself debugging using this chatbot a lot and it's giving out really bad answers, or just giving out answers really good, and then it'll throw in a random thing that's just like, hey, this is not what I said in the directive, lower the predictability down, and then keep fine-tuning your directive. But from here, though, I'm going to go ahead and save. And for you to learn how to test and debug without having to put it to your front end yet, all you need to do is simply click this link up here, and we get sent to the live page of this chatbot. So now we're basically done. Let's go ahead and enter phase 2 here. Let's go ahead and test it out here. And then the final phase here is we're going to show you how to embed it into your website. So from here, though, we're going to say, hey, I am interested in software, or what to say, automations that can help me with my emails. So hit enter here, and we're going to go ahead and gut check this together so you think it isn't just coming up with random information. That sounds great. We have several automation solutions that can assist with email management. For example, are you looking for email marketing automations, email scheduling, or perhaps automated responses? All right, let's go ahead and say email marketing. And as you'll notice here, if I click contact us, it's going to take us right to that underlying contact page here. Really nice, really fleshed into the underlying chatbot here to really allow us streamline straight to one-on-one dialogue as a human comparative to as a robot. As you see here, we are provided with the solution of an AI email funnel, AI email multi-template. And just to prove that all those exist, if I come over to my AI automations here, we got the AI email funnel right here. and then the AI multi-template right here. And here is what's super cool here. So this is a true gut check. Software key features here, right? We got 5 bullet points here. Let's come over here and say, okay. And as you see, we got the nice little web cafe support and the email here. Say, okay, for the multi-template, can you give me the key features? Now, one thing I want to point out as well is that if there's certain outputs that you don't like about the chatbot, e.g., let's say I don't want to add the price in the output in a chatbot, I could just simply put in the directive, when outlining automations or softwares, don't include price. But as you see here, triggers via form or email, choose multiple email templates, integrate file attachments, and this is all true stuff about the underlying product here. This looks good to go. This looks ready to go. Let's go and put it on our website. Okay, so to do so, we're going to go ahead and hit share here, and genuinely, you won't need to hire a developer. This is very, very simple. This is unilaterally, this is kind of how it is for WordPress, Webflow, whatever it may be. They all have similar naming when it comes to these kind of things. Plus, you could probably even contact Zapier itself, and they'll probably help you out. We're going to hit embed here. Well, actually, a couple steps back. We're going to click this, and then we're going to hit embed. And very important here, we can restrict by domain. And honestly, I would encourage you to do so. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to copy our Web Cafe software domain. So the reason we're doing this is we want to restrict by domain. Or, okay, let me go ahead and get the right formatting here. All right, so that's how you want to format it. You can actually add commas if you want additional domains, but for now, this should be fine. The reason we are restricting by domain, though, is so that individuals can't grab the embed code here and put it to other domains, therefore maybe like abusing your OpenAI key or just using the chatbot outside of the realm of what it was supposed to be, which is for your website. So we're going to go ahead and restrict by domain here. We're going to choose, you can put it embed into the website, but honestly, it looks a lot better when we do pop up. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and make sure we don't need to save. Okay. We're going to just simply hit copy embed here. This is our chatbot. I'm going to come back over to Shopify. This works on Webflow. This works on WordPress. It works on all of them. Don't worry. And even I think it works on Squarespace. What we're looking for in these different softwares or website builders is I'm going to hit add section here, and you're going to look for something that either says code, either says embed. It might even have HTML. I'm just kidding. Obviously, this is not what this is not going to show up on like these other ones aren't going to show up on Shopify. But I'm just giving you examples of what you can search, right? Embed, code. Some of it might be called custom, whatever it may be. As you see here for Shopify, it's called custom. So I simply just click it. Next thing is that you're going to get prompted within your UI to add code. All you did was copy that embed, and all I'm going to do is paste that embed. Nothing else, no more, and hit save. Now that I've hit saved, let's go and check out the front end. Moment of truth, y'all. Boom. And I'm going to go and zoom in here a little bit. We have our chatbot, y'all. And look, it works. Okay, cafe helper, how can I help? I'm going to hit contact us. It opens this page to our contact page here. This could be any type of page here. And then as you see here, as a free version, what will show up here is built on Zapier. If you want to remove that, I believe it's $20 a month. I'm not too sure on that number. Don't shoot the messenger. But this should be sufficient here. So I can simply go on and proceed, hello, and kind of proceed with chats. As you see, it's been proctored. Hello, how can I assist you today with our automation solutions for Web Cafe software? And we can kind of proceed from here. But in today, we have officially learned how to take the GPT's technology when it comes to responses and how we structure our outputs. We've trained it on data and we have put it on our front end on our website for completely free. So if you feel like you learned something today, make sure you leave a like. Completely free. It helps me out here. So another free thing. But if you like this kind of video, make sure to subscribe. I'm doing daily videos like this, really showing you how to leverage artificial intelligence. I'm going to go ahead and link a playlist at the end here. We're jumping into everything about GPTs, building private, public, whatever it may be, whatever your context may be. We're showing you how to do a GPT, even showing API keys, everything. So that's really cool stuff. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can check me out here. It's in the description down below as well. You can just click. I just give random thoughts, insight on earlier things. There's a really cool thing that we created earlier this week called a GPT. It's a GPT creator that creates GPTs, right? So really, really, really cool. And then, random thoughts like it would be really funny if they put AI in Roomba and you can make it have banter. I just thought that was funny. I just thought about that like when I woke up at like 6:40 a.m. But without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for tuning in. And yes, surprise, I'm an AI avatar. Make sure to explore more here at Corbin AI, where we demystify AI for your personal and business life. Until next time.